Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Doing the recap for today, and it's been a crazy one. Let's dive right into it. It was a good day, however, yesterday was a disaster. Now, I told you on my last video from yesterday that I finished the day green, 51 bucks, and I did. However, I had a short position as well with DATS, so I'm going to cover that and show you how I ruined that and had to detonate the bomb there yesterday after hours. But as of today, I'm $240 in the green realized, and that's all on JSPR. So let's take a quick look at performance here today. I had a really nice run all the way up to 264. Good trading all in here, and then I just handed a lot of profits back right in this zone. I think maybe due to a little over trading on JSPR. Ended up going all the way down to 21 bucks, but then was able to just slowly chip my way out of that, going back up to $240. So my last couple trades all really good. I had a lot, tons of trades that were all green, but the real truth here is that my red ones were pretty drastic. So my losses there were heavy hitters, and green were not big enough. And so anyways, end of the day 240. Let's look at JSPR real quick on the chart. Huge run up today here in the morning. I missed out on this just because I did not get up in time to really trade the morning part of the market. I've been trying to adjust my schedule with dad life and having the kid and, you know, feeding the infant in the middle of the night and that kind of stuff, not getting as much sleep as I normally do. So I have to sleep in a little bit at least to try to recoup some hours. And so missed out on most of this, but as this, this sell-off happened, I was kind of watching, and as it started consolidating, that's where I got more interested. So it kind of did not a complete bounce off VWAP, but kind of close to it. It did drop below it twice, but it hung out real close to it. And as it moved up, that's where I got interested. So I had a couple trades in here that were good. Started me getting on the green side. And this whole area here, we consolidated and then boom, just burst through. And I had some good trades in here, but I just didn't hold on to it long enough. That's a habit I have that's not great, is not holding my winners long enough. Could have made some really great money in there. I just and I made some money, just not very much, or as much as I'd like to, because I traded it, I think, 2 or 3 times. As it moved up, I sold, hopped in again for the squeeze higher. And so hindsight, looking at that, should have just tried to held throughout, but sometimes it's kind of hard to read, because if you look over here, we had a false breakout right in here. We had a nice consolidation, and then the moment this decides to rip through, look at this area here. Right here, we touched it once, 1627. Then right here at 1619 or 1620. And then it goes forward again and blows past it, but just completely does a false breakout, rips past and goes to the downside. So I think I was looking at that and just having some hesitation on holding through this entire thing. But lo and behold, I missed out on some of it, but it is what it is. So the rest of the day, I tried to... This just is a fine line to walk here, this whole consolidation. I was just anticipating, with as much sideways movement as we had, that we would have just another breakout, maybe retesting some of the highs. And we kind of did have this area here, which I traded, but all throughout here, I guess I anticipated so much that I would get in, get out, get in, get out. And I think that's kind of why my performance is looking like it is today, where I moved up, went down, and then had a nice climb at the end of the day, but definitely lost, profits throughout the middle of it. So anyways, I want to hear from you guys today to find out what you traded. Let me know if you traded something other than JSPR. But if you did trade JSPR, let me know if you're green, if you're red. Did you find it kind of a hard stock to trade? Once again, I think this was an awesome move here, but I wasn't in the market for this, so I kind of missed out on it. So trying to trade the rest of this chop was a little difficult for me, but let's go back and review yesterday's disaster, because I want to be transparent on it. As much as I would like to wash this away from my mind, this was the disaster yesterday. So I traded DATs yesterday to the long side and ended up 51 bucks on the day, which wasn't much. But the problem was I started a short position. I don't know if it was Monday or Friday. But I think it was for around 11:15. It could have been, I'm not too sure. I don't remember which day it was, but problem was I was holding that. I should have cut it a long time ago. And we, I think on this day we had a nice drop off. So I was holding it thinking we would, go lower and lower. And that one day yesterday, we ripped past and I just didn't get rid of it. And so after hours, at the very, very end of the day, I cut my losses with it and covered. And this is the kind of, trouble you get into. So I need to rethink some things. I think I need to maybe stop the shorting for a while, because I've made, plenty of money on shorting, but I've also, lost a lot too. When certain stocks go on squeezes, the whole thing with shorting is just that there's like there can be potential infinite losses, where if you're going long, really the stock could just go to zero and that's it. And most stocks don't go to zero, but what I'm saying is there's a cap for your loss, whereas with shorting, there's really not, and it can go to the moon. But DAT's had an impressive, this is a wild stock here. This huge sell-off. This is the yearly chart I'm looking at now. Huge sell-off, huge run-up. And, because of this huge sell-off, I was thinking kind of a little bit longer term for the short swing, was that it would eventually come back down. And I was right on that mentality, but problem with yesterday is I just had, we had this huge rip after hours, or at the end of the day, and it just kept going and going. And I thought to myself, I cannot hold this and potentially have it gap up tomorrow, into 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, who knows? I have no idea, this could really, and that'll wreck you big time. So I just decided to cut losses with it, take the hit. So I did. And lost about $1,000 on that one. And I'm shaking my head on it, because look at this, I had the right idea, but I was just wrong on the timing, and therefore, like I said, I need to rethink some things, maybe just stop shorting for a while, and yeah, there's a few things I need to take note on, but as you can see, we had the huge sell-off today, and I would have been green today, had I rode through that, but I guess it's kind of that piece too, on the opposite side of the coin. If had this thing gapped up and really started to rip it even more, I would have been so underwater on it, and that would have been not good. So I think for me, I just need to get out of maybe just shorting for a while, because it does have a much bigger risk, and typically it's a little bit more expensive to borrow. Sometimes you got to pay the rates depending on if it's hard to borrow. So I'm just so frustrated with this one, and that's really how it goes. The stock market will beat you up so bad, and you gotta, I guess, stay close to your rules, stay disciplined, stay focused, and you gotta be willing to cut those losses a whole lot earlier. And I was just stubborn with this one, so that's where I sit with that. Very pissed, but yeah, JSPR, I got back in the right direction today, but it was just not enough. 240 bucks. It's something, but just not good. So that's where I'm sitting for today. Take a quick look at the calendar. Not a good month so far. We're really not getting anywhere. Negative 643. And like I said, I gotta get refocused. I think trying to get used to the schedule, the dad life, and all that is been quite stressful, and I thought I could just have kind of a new start to the month in October and start nice and easy and small and build up. But you know, I don't know. I might have to, you know, take it easy for a little bit and get back to some of the basics. At least get out of the longer holds. They're not doing anything for me. I think it'd be maybe a good thing for me to try to be flat on every single day, meaning not holding any positions after hours. Now I do, I have AMC. I did get out of, I think, which is kind of a good thing for me. I got out of my cost position, which was good because this one, it's a former runner. I was holding it for a while, anticipating a huge breakout, maybe possibly at some point. We might get that, but I decided to just take my profits on it and get out of that. So I'm out of cost now. And AMC is the only one that I'm holding, and I'm intentionally swinging this one. That's the plan for me on this one. So I don't feel this really wasn't a day trade for me at all. I've been holding for quite a while since I started buying in, I think around the 19 area. I have average cost of 26 on this now because I've kept buying in, but this is definitely a swing trade for me. And plan is, I'm going to hold out on this, and I might hold out for quite a while. But if we get close to my average costs, at that point, I think I'll sell for maybe a tiny profit or just get out, break even. But that's what my plan is with this. I'm willing to risk going break even. Totally fine with that for the potential for another huge rip on AMC. I don't know if we'll get it, but I think it's a highly watched stock in the meme sector here. So can't believe I'm saying meme sector, that's even a thing nowadays, but I guess it is. So not really a sector, but you know what I'm getting at. Anyways, that's it for today. Hope you guys traded awesome. Had some big green. And that's it. So take care. See ya on the next one.